Sex that shit up sexy.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Full Fair Army. I am your loving host personality, Elliot Rad Rogers. Yeah, thank you. Oh my gosh, so kind. Somebody pick up these drawers that someone threw on the floor. Anyway, we're here for the November 4th bite-sized news update for all y'all, and this is going to be centered mostly around, of course, the imminent next-gen launch. That's right, it's happening. It's going to be reshaping, hopefully, 2020, since the rest of 2020 was a goddamn dumpster fire, as we all know. So, let's just get right into some of this news, and hopefully take our minds off of what the hell is going on with our electoral thing. Democracy is at stake. Now I'm hungry for steak. Let's just get on with some news. Okay, so the first major thing on our docket is, of course, like we talked about, this future of next gen. And this is quite a whopper, because PlayStation 5 is doubling down on all their potential new customers. Basically, every month, Sony offers 2 PlayStation 4 games at no additional cost to those subscribed to its PlayStation Plus service. Now the company has revealed that its free titles are hitting the service for 2020 will add something extra, mainly the PS Plus collection that was announced during launch. This notably brings the first PS5 PS Plus game in, but also 22 other free games that you will be able to play on PS5 that were originally launched on PS4 with increased graphical fidelity and other improvements that will be available on your PS5. Of course, the first title will be Bug Snacks. That is the first PS5 PS Plus game. And then, of course, Shadow of War and Hollow Knight are also the other PS Plus titles for November. However, part of the PS Plus collection for you PS5 owners will give you some awesome games, and we're going to go into list these out right now. Battlefield 1, Batman Arkham Knight, Bloodborne, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 The Zombie Chronicles Edition, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, God of War, Infamous Second Son, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Monster Hunter World, Mortal Kombat X, Persona 5, Ratchet & Clank, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Until Dawn, and of course not forgetting Uncharted 4 A Thief's End. Additionally, Sony announced earlier this week that vehicular combat game Destruction All-Stars, once set to be a PS5 launch title, will now release on the console next year 21 as a free PS Plus download. Interesting news there as well. So, let's hope all of y'all have your pre-orders in check, and if not, make sure you camp out in front of your local tech store. See if you can roll the dice, proverbially, to get yourselves on one of these PS5 consoles. Because, of course, you will get one of these games for free. And that sort of game. And, of course, the next thing on our docket is going to be, of course, VR related, because we have to stay, open-minded and report on all the news. And this is awesome news as well. Spurred by the Quest 2 launch, it seems like VR Chat has had a record concurrent user payload of over 24,000 concurrent users, which is more than more than half of which were in VR. That's 2020 conditioning there. That is exceptionally awesome. So that means over 12,000 people using VR Chat are in virtual reality spaces. That's absolutely bonkers. That more than proves what is going on with gaming today and where it is, of course, headed. Because, of course, you can chat. There were lobbies where you could chat using AOL back in even before the 2000s, if you can believe it. Like 1997. Yes, I know. I was there. I'm that old. So, it's no surprise that, of course, chat rooms, where, of course, you can dress up your avatar and take on an anonymous personality is popular. But having it in VR and having that many users and breaking records actually says something. Following a big spike in usage in the midst of course, the global brouhaha, social VR app VR Chat has reached a new record of 24,000 concurrent users. Its creators say the surge was driven in part by the launch of Quest 2 and, of course, the virtual Halloween holiday festivities. VR Chat is, of course, a social VR app which lets VR and non-VR users connect to the chat to explore worlds and experiences created by the game's community. The game app went viral back in 2018, bringing a huge rise in usership over the course of just a month, to a peak of over 20,000 concurrent users on Steam. While that spike quickly faded, a surprising number of users still stuck around, with the app continuing to grow since then. So that's awesome. That means VR Chat has steadily grown around 8,000 users since Steam launched in July 2019 to around 15,500 to the same time in 2020. And that also does not account for the thousands of users using it on Rift and Quest. So, hey. Indeed, the more users that use VR Chat from Quest and now Quest 2 on the app reached a new record. So this eclipses the previous record of 20,000 concurrent users to over 24,000. And yeah, you could say, well, 4,000 is not much, but actually it is. For something that's been around for a while, that went sort of stale and now bounced back with virility, it's actually saying quite a bit. It looks like Twitch also might have played a role, which is kind of confusing with the Twitch-ocalypse that happened very recently. However, among the 24,000 concurrent users specifically, there was a confirmed that even a larger share of users, of the 52% of 12,500, were in VR. So, counting VR users alone, such numbers make VR Chat likely the most active VR application on Steam. And that actually beats out the highest rated games like Beat Saber, Half-Life Alyx, Star Wars Squadrons, and other games. So, wow. Well done there. I tip my hat off to you, VR Chat. Hopefully, after I finish my DJ Tribe school, you'll see me in VR Chat hosting a DJ session.
Oh my god,
no, we're not
yes.
joking. Look for. Hey, okay, so next item on our docket, we're going right into the wonderful world of Dungeons and Dragons. If you love D&D as much as I did when I was growing up with no friends, but let me paraphrase that. Actually, let me correct that. Paraphrase is a bad word. I had friends, but they were all very drastically out of my age bracket. I was hanging out, when I was like a lad, I was hanging out with mature adults, and we were playing games. Yes, we were. Both video and pen and paper. And what we played the hell out of was Dungeons and Dragons. My friend Clint, I will never forget playing in his basement after we got off work at Blockbuster Video. Yes, that's how old I am. Yeah, I went there. Anyway, long before the internet, mobile devices, VR, AR, and all you Fortnite people, gamers would gather in bedrooms, basements, living rooms, garages, and immerse themselves in fantasy worlds using a 20-sided die. Yeah. Each game or campaign could last for days, weeks possibly, depending on how good the campaign was and, of course, your dungeon master or keeper. Now, get ready to jump out of your skin, because there's an upcoming multiplayer RPG called Legends and Lore, but it's basically in VR, and it enhances it. It's currently available backing via Kickstarter, and it's very ambitious, and it has a lot of stuff to offer, and I know I'm going to be ponying up some cash for this. And of course, like most role-playing adventure games, we'll start by choosing a primary role with a group, and then of course in this game you can manipulate and direct the campaign as the game master, or of course participate in pre-designated adventures. But as game master, of course, your responsibility is to weave the fantastic story filled with fascinating encounters and whatever else crops up in your dark corners of your mind. Daring rescue operations, chaotic battles, enticing quests, and familiar faces. It's all fun. It's all supposed to be fun. Basically, the game is delivered through VR and desktop, but you'll be able to customize your experience by using the game's tool and create the look of your character. There are 4 types of character, archetypes, and of course this is all just at the start. Of course there's going to be more. The game has everything you expect from a classic RPG, such as, of course, the 20-sided die, skill checks, magic spells, an inventory, weapon sheets, perks, skill sets. But because you're in VR, the game gives you the ability to do all this using, what's in your HUD instead of on pen and paper. Things you couldn't normally do in a real-world RPG, such as battle enemies using real-world movements as well. Instead of just saying, I threw a dagger, roll a dice, head cleaved, awesome, move on. Now you actually have to throw the dagger. But yes, there might still be a tertiary, die roll. Legends and Lore merges the traditional RPG with VR action that you'd see in games such as Skyrim VR, or, what was it, Shadow of Valhalla. If you ever played that game, you know what I'm talking about. This is pretty interesting, and it hopefully does well. Check out its Kickstarter. It's called Legends and Lore, and it's hopefully going to complete its campaign by March 2021. Right, so one of the last items on our docket we're going to be talking about today, still within the next-gen console, but also still within the VR world, maybe. We're talking about the 9 big PSVR games that are still coming to PS4 and hopefully PS5 back compatible. So, let's go at the top of our list, because there's no need to really get into the background of this. You all should know what the hell's going on. If not, watch some of our previous videos. It'll catch you up right quick. Anyway, so starting off, Solaris Off-World Combat, which is I think already released in early access, or maybe even out of early access on Steam. Solaris Off-World Combat 2020, hopefully be releasing. This is actually from Firewall developer First Contact Entertainment, so we'll see whether or not this actually hits. Hitman 3 VR, January 21st. But of course, again, this is PS4 using the VR headset with the camera adapter. Make sure you register to get your damn adapter. Also, we're talking about Ven VR Adventure 2020, hopefully by the end of 2020. We don't know about that. From the wonderful developers of Arizona Sunshine, one of my favorite VR games, After the Fall, which was supposed to be touching down in 2020, but now is TBA. Hopefully we'll at least see it early 2021. And then, of course, which just released, actually released on PSVR 2019, and then just recent released on Quest, Blair Witch, hopefully on PSVR, TBA, maybe next year, we don't know. And of course, what we do know will indefinitely happen no matter what, Sniper Elite VR on PSVR. I absolutely cannot wait to see what the hell that is about. Let me see, another one was called Humanity. That's right, Humanity in 2020. We will see about that. It's actually been completely mum on that. We have no idea what the hell's going on. Let me see, another one was Wraith, The Oblivion Afterlife, now scheduled for latter 2021. Well, no, they say early 2021, but they also said late 2020, so I'm going to go with late 2021. Something that recently popped up that I have no idea about, so I had to do some research. Mask Maker, slated for 2021. The developer Interspace VR earns a spot because they made Fisherman's Tale. And if you haven't played Fisherman's Tale, it is a great narrative VR adventure. I highly recommend you play it. So that's why this has popped up on our radar. Fortunately, Mask Maker, looks kind of similarly fantastic in terms of artistic nature, getting the players to visit different biomes with masks instead of dioramas like it was in Fisherman's Tale. So we will find out. However, these are definitely coming to you. We're going to try to find out the exact dates on some of these, and when we do, we will of course let you know in a unannounced video. Well, we're going to announce it, but it's not like we're going to pay to announce it or anything. We should set up a Patreon, huh? Okay, that wraps up this bite-sized news update for Full Fail Army November 4th, 2020. We'd like to thank you for tuning in. Please, if you do like what you see, or if you have liked, please hit that like, and of course subscribe. You will get notified when we come out with new updates, when we come out with streams, and we are planning to do a giveaway, because we need to clear out some space. We have a lot of well, we don't want to call it rubbish, but we have a lot of extra stuff that we really can't keep around, and it's costing money to keep it around. So we might as well just give it away. We're going to try to set up a Patreon and try to help these giveaways, because it obviously costs money to ship a few things. We don't mind shipping them, but again, we are not rich. So look out for that. We're going to give you some news on that, of course, heading up here soon. But please, be well, be safe, be happy. Yeah,